Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the GBD Studios YouTube channel, and I am sitting here trying to find a way to start a video. To be quite honest, I still don't know how to do this. Testing out a few things and seeing what works the best. So over the last couple months, I have been filming here and there little clips, little car projects that didn't really get turned into a video because I never filmed from beginning to end, and it didn't work out well. So I even took notes and tried to come up with some things about cars or hobbies or interests that I could talk about, but to be honest, I just need to vent a little bit. I have been stunted, I think. I don't really have anybody to talk about cars with, and that's something that I just have on my mind all the time. My wife gets annoyed with me, and I'm sorry, but I need to just get all of what's going on up here out in a conversation. So that's what I'm going to do today. Over the last few months, I've been thinking a lot about car projects, car purchases, and to be honest, I just can't afford anything right now, and that's okay. I'm at a stage in my life where I know I need to save for my future. My wife and I, we have big plans. We want to start a family in the next few years, and it's just a time where saving money is important and thinking about those things and looking forward. So buying a crazy expensive car, a project car that I don't really have the time to work on, or the facilities, or the money, period, it's just not smart. So I like talking about it and daydreaming, and that's all I can really do right now. So I'll just keep doing that until something comes up, times change, we figure out what we do, and we do that. So for now, I'm just going to talk about what I want to do in the future. Like, in terms of a daily driver, I think the smartest thing to do would probably be to get a truck. To get a reliable, newer, low mileage truck, comfortable, easy to drive, something like that. I mean, I do love big diesel trucks. I really don't know much about them. I just like the idea of the capability. I know some are really good off-roading, but typically those big heavy-duty trucks, they're for hauling, and I just don't do a whole lot of that. I think, on the other hand, I grew up with a Tacoma in the family. My parents always had a Tacoma, and I used it for landscaping work. It was my side job, or actually not really a side job. It was my main source of income for a long time. I guess through high school and college. I mowed lawns. I did mulching, weeding, trimming, all the above, and that paid for my gas, and it paid for my car insurance bills, paid for my phone bills, paid for dates with my now wife, so I'm very thankful for that. So I think a Toyota truck is something that I'd be comfortable with, in terms of reliability, some sort of fun, and I know they're comfortable. I've driven Toyota trucks quite often, but what I was thinking was a facelifted second generation Tundra. So 2018 to 2022, it was still the V8, and I was thinking, like, the platinum trim line would be super nice. They have been going down in price. The markets for them is pretty good, so I'll maybe do something like that. I don't know, for a daily driver, that wouldn't be a bad truck. But yeah, I think in the near future I'm gonna start looking for one of those and move forward with that. But what that limits me to is a big vehicle, automatic transmission, not a whole lot of fun. My first car was obviously the Mark IV Jetta. I talked about that in the last video. That'd be pretty cool to have again, in terms of a small German, kind of sporty, reliable, kind of cool car. I don't know if it'll be a Volkswagen or not, but it'll definitely be between Volkswagen and Audi. I don't really like BMWs. I don't really like Mercedes-Benz. They're just not for me. The Audi Allroads are super cool. They were made for a long time but the ones made in the early 2000s, I would think maybe like a 2000 to 2005 generation, they had the air ride suspension. You can find them in the V8 or the V6 twin turbo, which is pretty cool. And some of them even have a factory manual transmission, which is a 6-speed. That would be fun. That's exactly what I was looking for, because it has capability, speed, cool factor, probably comfort, because early 2000s Volkswagen brand, obviously Audi's owned by Volkswagen, they're probably pretty comfortable, because I was satisfied with what I had in the past. So in terms of a project car, maybe an all-road, maybe like a Mark IV like I had before. We'll see what comes up and what really fits the times, and I can figure it out from there. But other than that, maybe a Land Cruiser, because I've always loved the FJ60 Land Cruiser. They were made in the early 80s before the facelift, when they went from a circle headlight to a rectangle. The circle headlight beats it by far. It looks way better. It looks like the FJ40, the original one, and it's just cool. They're not really high powered. They have a inline 6-cylinder and a 4-speed transmission, so it's not like crazy powerful. It's cool, and I would love to drive one like an original one, but maybe I could find one with an LS swap, because that seems to happen a lot, just because they're so underpowered, and it's a bigger vehicle, kind of heavy, full-size SUV, kind of heavy in the 80s, and just didn't have a lot of power from factory. So maybe I could find one with an LS. Maybe I could find one stock. It doesn't really matter. I'm not too picky. As long as it runs or is close to running and I could put a little work into it, I would do that. But yeah, I think finding a project car between a Land Cruiser and a German sporty sedan or wagon, that would be probably what I'd want to do the most. But that would come after finding a daily driver. Right now I have the Mark VI, and it's alright. It's not anything special. I've done a little bit to it, like the wheels and roof rack and lights and all that stuff that's not really that expensive, but makes the car my own. And that's what I'd want to do with any vehicle that I'd ever own. I don't like having common traffic. Yeah, you might be able to say like, it's a stock Jetta, it's common traffic, you see them all the time. It's just little things that I notice that I like better about it. And so maybe it's not for everybody. Maybe it's not worth it to some people, but I like it. And it's fine for me for now. It makes me satisfied with what I'm driving, and that's just how I'm getting by day to day. It's not a problem, but it's how I get by, and not really big for anything else, because I know that it's just not the right time for that. All right, now for this channel, I need help with my plans. I have a lot of ideas, but it doesn't make sense just me. So instead of doing this just me to the camera talking, which I don't want to do much of, I think that I would really like to sit down with some people that I know, and I'd love to meet more people that have really dove into a hobby or an interest, and get to know more about them, about their hobby, why they get into that, and maybe that's something that I could fall in love with too. Like, that's the whole point of this channel. I think I spoke about this in the last video. I want to expand my horizons a bit, discover a few new things, and set some adventures for the future. Like, I want to, obviously, the name of the channel, Get Busy Discovering, I want to do exactly that. I want to discover more things. I want to broaden my horizons, and I just want to make the most of this time that I have. I don't have a lot of responsibilities right now, like time-wise. I do work full-time, but there's windows of time where I know that I could be doing something else. I could be learning about something else. I could be exploring new things. So I would like to do that. If anybody has something that they would like to share with me, please reach out. You can reach out on the Instagram, on my personal Instagram. If you have my number, text me or call me, please. And I would love to find out more about what you're into and just really dive into that. Just the whole idea of trying new things. So maybe I'll get to talk to one of you. Until next time, like, subscribe, and see if we can get something going. I would love to really start this journey and share it with you guys. So thanks. Bye.